Hey, Warriors. It's so good to be with you today. My name is Tim, and I am so excited to talk to you today about a subject that I believe, like never before, we as leaders have got to tackle. In times of uncertainty, in times of when it's not as clear as it is other times, your vision is everything. Matter of fact, what separates you from everybody else that you know, everybody in your family, everybody at work, everybody on your team, is your picture of tomorrow. That's what separates you. In an organization, the organization that has a vision where it's going to be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And if you're a part of an organization, I want to encourage you to not only have a vision, but make sure the people around you understand that vision, and also that they understand the vision that you're talking about so they can engage and they can run with you. I can tell you, your vision of tomorrow is going to determine what you do today. It's going to determine what you plan about, what you think about, what you work for. It's going to determine how hard you work today. I don't think there's anything more frustrating in life than trying to work for something that you cannot see. You have to have a reason. It has to make sense. There has to be more than just do the work. You have to understand the outcome, and the outcome is called vision. If I do this, I'll be here. If I do this, I receive this. If I do this, I'll make a difference here. If I do this, I can make an impact here. If I don't do this, then this will not happen. Can I ask you, in your life right now, what is it that if you don't do, the rest of the team suffers? Remember, we are trying to go faster and faster. And any time in life that you're leading a group of people that don't see it, they won't be able to go as fast as you really need them to go. People without vision, the book says, they perish. How many people do you know right now that are perishing? They think they're winning, but they're perishing. Also, without vision, you don't have any restraint. I can just tell you, always be aware of somebody that doesn't have anything to lose, because if they don't have anything to lose, they don't care what they do. If you don't have a vision, you won't lead for 20 years out. You won't lead for 30 years out. You'll lead for tonight. And so I just want to encourage you to understand that people without vision, they perish. They also have no restraint, and people that don't have any vision will always return to their old ways. Their old ways. They won't leave where they are, and they won't lead where they are. Because what happens is we don't lead ourselves very well without vision. Now, I did a series on vision, and I just want to give you 4 things real quick that I know that vision will do in your life, and then I want to talk to you about some things, the way it will challenge you. But vision will focus you. I don't think there's anything worse in life than being in a situation where you're trying to be everything. Trying to be everything. Can I tell you, as a leader, I sit with a lot of leaders that want to be something they're not wired to be. They see what looks like they want to be, but they're not wired to be that. And even if they get educated, and even if they work in that, it's never fulfilling. My phone rings off we say hinges, but it rings every day with people saying, Tim, I can't find any meaning. We can't talk about that right now, but I will tell you that vision will focus you. There's nothing like a focused light. See, you can't tell this right now, but I've got these lights shining in my life, and they are focused. But they're putting my eyes out of focus. And it's so critical that you're able to see, and sometimes where you're leading and the lights that are shining around you and the things that are going on around you have got you out of focus. We get so intoxicated with an idea, a thought. We'll talk about that more. I think the other thing is it gives you direction. Have you ever been lost? I've been lost and didn't know I was lost. But vision will give you focus and it will give you direction. Do you know that you're on the right road right now? Are you searching for the right road? And I just want to say a word to you. I love you. Be careful when you're searching for that road and direction that you don't take misinformation, because it will take you 4 times longer. There's nothing worse than putting energy in a place that I don't want to go. The third thing is it will make you be consistent. It will cause you to be faithful. So I want to give you the benefits of it. What will it do for you? Well, it will give you focus. It will give you direction. It will give you consistency, faithfulness. I don't think we use that word enough. How many people on your team can you count on? By the way, are you a person that people can count on? Consistency. Predictable, dependable, defendable. Constantly, vision will make you ask that question. Am I consistent? The last one that I want to tell you right now is that it calls you to finish. There's a lot of people that get started. I think you would agree with me. They get started, but they don't finish. They get in the race, but they didn't determine what it was going to take to win the race. They get on the bicycle built for two, and they put the brakes on while you're pedaling your brains out. And you look at them and go, why do you have the brakes on? And they go, because I don't want us to go backwards. And I'm going, just do me a favor, pedal. Pedal in the direction. A double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. A house that's divided against itself cannot stand. A leadership team that is not in full focus and going in the same direction with the same consistency, with the same idea that we're going to finish. And isn't it incredible, leaders, that the words that I think we really want to hear, I know I want to hear, is well done. Well done. What are the ingredients of well done? Well, let me tell you some incredible things that are the benefits of having these visions. Number one is it will give you purpose. Purpose. Why are you here? What matters most? In a study of 3,300 people talking about leadership, they said one of the most inspiring things that a leader can ever do is talk about the mission. See, without vision, I will fight the mission. Without vision, I won't know what I need to do or what I could do to hold that mission or vision back. In your organization right now, as you're building out your organization, as you're building out your church, as you're building out your team, do people really know the purpose? Do they understand why? Simon Sinek wrote a great book called Starting with Why. Companies that know why outperform companies that don't know why. People that know why, the people that know how, always work for the people that know why. Do you know why? Do I know why that my actions speak so much louder than words? Do I know why I need to understand the vision? Do the people around you know that? Are they aware of it? Yeah, I got to ask, do you know your purpose? Do you really know your purpose? I mean, this is too much to talk about right now, but can I tell you, I am so grateful for people in my life that early on in my life came to me and said, Tim, this is a gift, a talent. This is something you have that the world needs. It's so different than walking into a team and saying, well, this is what I want. It's called the disease of me. Purpose. What's been confirmed in your and my life that says, man, this is what I was made for. This is what I was shaped for. Matter of fact, can I tell you, one of the reasons that we're so scared of purpose is because it brings us out of the darkness. And it brings us where people can see us. And a lot of times, you don't even know, you're not aware. I asked my wife one time if she would speak, and she spoke. Well, I asked her, she wasn't going to speak because she said she wouldn't speak. But I said, well, then you would just share. And I watched as she started sharing. She never wanted to speak. And as she started to speak, she all of a sudden understood her gift and her anointing. Wow. See, it's not enough to have a gift. It's like a steak that has no sizzle. There has to be a voice within the voice. There has to be something within the something. And so I want to encourage you, if you begin to understand your purpose, and why do I need a purpose in my life? Because purpose has got to be greater than my fears, my pain, and my mistakes. I know we're going deep, but hang in there with me. The other thing it does is it causes me to be persistent. Now, I think persistency, honestly, is a gift that consistency brings. You got to persist. How many of you right now in the last 5 days of your life said, is it worth it? This costs too much. It hurts too much. I don't know the direction. I don't know the priority. I'm not certain of this. But can I tell you, without persistency, you'll never have staying power. And if you don't have staying power, you will never finish. You'll get in the race, and as soon as the pain gets too high, as soon as it starts, come on, can I talk to you? As soon as it starts costing too much, as soon as it starts demanding that I change and that I learn and that I grow, and I can't keep being my old me in a new situation. You know, I'm a pastor, so I'm going to tell you this. The Bible says it this way: you can't put new wine in old wineskins. Do you know why? When the new wine gets poured in and it starts, the old wineskins cannot deal with the potency and the power of the new wine. I want to tell you that right now I believe that your next 20 years of your life are going to be the greatest years of your life, but you cannot create tomorrow with yesterday ideas. And you cannot walk in tomorrow with yesterday's behaviors. That's why purpose and persistency. Let me tell you what happens to you. You'll know if you're trying to walk in tomorrow in the old you or me. Because what I start doing is I start blaming and I start complaining. And I start doing the things that I shouldn't do. I start talking. I can tell you this, your persistency is going to be one of the most incredible things that you have, and it takes energy. When I sit down with leaders right now and I'm talking to them about the future, and by the way, I've got to guard it in my life because there are some things that I have energy for and there's some things I do not. And I just want to tell you today, some of us keep trying to fight and spend energy to fix things that we need to let go of. Oh, come on. So somebody asked me one time, they said, Tim, do you ever get tired of what you do? I said, I don't get tired of what I do. I get tired in what I do. It's a great feeling. Don't you agree to lay down at night and know that you gave your all, you put it all on the field. You did everything you could for your purpose. And actually a purpose that's greater than your purpose. See, when you find your purpose, you're going to understand that purpose that was given to you was for a greater purpose than you. If your purpose only means I'm going to get what I want, can I tell you, that's too small. You'll never know fulfillment. You'll never know joy, and you will continually search for it. I would just encourage you. You may get tired in the race, but you won't get tired of the race. Tomorrow morning, the bell will be sounded. And I hope you have so much passion in your soul that truly, truly, you don't even need an alarm clock. You wake up and it's burning in your soul. I get emotional because I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning burning with how can I reach more people, and how can I raise more leaders, and how can I develop more marriages, and how can I help young people stand up and be all they were created to be? How can I help men rise up? How can I help leaders be established? Because I want to tell you, the world right now needs leadership like never before, and we know that you know in your life that you need to lead better than you've ever led. I get tired. I was reading a statistic the other day that when you get tired and you're full of pain, that when you say, I've taken all I can take, you're only at 30% of what you're able to stand. You've got way more. And we either love or hate the people that go, give me one more. I know it's hard. I know it is. I know it's painful. And I know sometimes you feel like you're going to break, but I promise you, you're not going to break. You're about to break through. You're about to have a breakout. You're about to have a breakdown. You know what I'm talking about. Because when you understand what persistence does for you is it creates endurance. They that endure to the end. We live in a commitment lazy society right now. I'll be committed and I'll be all in and I'll be with the vision until I'm not getting what I want. I will be all in with you, but if I don't get what I want, then I'm going to leave. You see, some of you listening to me right now, that brings great pain in your heart because you went through a relationship. You went through something where somebody said, I'll be with you. I just did a wedding, and guess what we said? Through goodness and badness and sickness and health, through all of these things, the ups and downs, I will be there. Endurance. You see, we got to understand that right now we are in a marathon, not a sprint. And right now we need to get moving. I ran short distances in school. And then one day the coach said, well, you run long distances, cross country. He didn't tell me he was going to take me out and run me till my brains just couldn't think. I couldn't get air. And then he said, do it some more. I had a wrestling coach that would put me through these different paces, and I would be like, well, can I tell you? He did so much that I finally went over in the corner and threw up. And he walked over and put his hand on my back, and he said, how does it feel to grow? You see, if you're not careful as leaders, you will try to save people from pain. And pain is where growth. I'm not talking about misuse and abuse. But man, if you want your vision, you're going to go through some sleepless nights, through some days it doesn't add up. The third thing that I've discovered is that it also causes me to self-evaluate. It also makes me walk to the mirror and not tell all the great things about me. Look at you. But it makes me evaluate where I can get better. It's called self-leadership. It tells me, where do I need to grow? Where do I need to grow in my thinking? Where do I need to grow in my attitude? Where do I need to grow in my honor and respect? Where do I need to grow in being loyal to the team? Where do I need to grow in my ability to deal with people? How do I need to grow in working in concepts and organizations that I never knew before? If you go where you are able to go, You're going to learn what you believed you never could learn. And one of the greatest parts of learning is unlearning. You see, I realized I had to learn, and I'm still learning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm learning that I got to lead me. I got to lead me through my strengths and my weaknesses and my limitations. I got to realize what I know and I don't know. And this is a powerful thing, leaders. As you begin to grow, you're going to need more than you. You're going to need more than your ability. You're going to have to find somebody around you. If you're a visionary, you're going to need somebody that can put wheels under that. And you're going to need that person not to think, oh, well, I'm smarter than they are. And start the game of comparison to go, well, they're not ready. No, 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 no. Understand, the hand does not say to the arm, I do not need you. They were made to work together. The enemy would only make you and I start weighing in on who is more valuable. I'm helping somebody right now. I know I am. And I just want you to know in your life, the people around you need to know and be confirmed on their 2 or 3 greatest strengths. And I'm begging you, if you're the person self-evaluating yourself, be careful. Look at the mirror and say, where do I need to change? And who do I need to come and look at the mirror with me? To say, where can I get better? You see, some of us know our weaknesses. Some of us know our gifts. Some of us know our strengths. And some of us don't. Some of us know what we know, and it's keeping us from knowing what we need to know. And by the way, if you're operating on what you know, just that, you're slowing down the growth of the organization you're leading and the organization you're on the team with. We got to play above what we know. So we got to continually keep growing. The fourth thing I found out is that they're hungry and they never stop learning. I've talked a little bit about this, but they just never stop listening. One of the things that I've done in the last couple of years that I'm not really comfortable with, and I'm not even really sure I'm comfortable sharing with you publicly. But one of the things I've done lately, and I'm not telling you to do this, this is something I had to do. I had to listen to people that I didn't agree with. I listened to their podcast. And sometimes when I started, it was like, I was like, ugh. Because see, I have a frame. You have a frame. You frame everything in your life. You were raised and you got a frame, and everything in your life, you now frame your future through that past frame in your life. But I found out I could not reach people I did not understand. I needed to spend time with broken people, with people that were different than me. I needed to spend time with people that had lost a marriage. And I also needed in my life I needed to stop telling everybody how great my marriage was. Look at me. I have a young man and he goes, Tim, people are not relating to me. I'm telling them how great my wife and I are together. And I'm going like, Bo, people don't want to hear that. Most people are struggling in the area that you're winning at, and you keep shoving your trophies in their face. You'll never reach them. I want to tell you, you got to be hungry to learn and to grow and to understand. When I see people do irrational behavior, you know anybody that does irrational behavior, and you warn them and you tell them and they keep doing it? Isn't the thing that we do is we judge? When in fact, I need to understand. Why? Why do you do that? And when my children were small, they're like all children. They're gonna reach and they're gonna test the values, and they're gonna test the boundaries. And I was raised under the kind of leadership that my daddy would come through the door and he would immediately tell me how wrong I was. And I don't know that I ever really grew. I changed my behavior because I didn't want the punishment. I'm not saying my father was wrong. What I'm saying is when I became a dad, I started saying, son, why do you do that? Son, right now, why did you feel the need to dishonor your mother? Why? Why did you just speak that way? What's in your heart? I'm not condemning you. I'm not putting you down. I just want to know what's motivating it. Why would you be lazy, son? Why would you not be hungry? Why would you not honor your father and mother? Why would you right now not honor the culture that you're in? Why would you build a culture within the culture? You see, I see it all the time. I speak all over the place, and I see people, while people are pouring out, they're building little huddles out in the hallway. I got my own little kingdom. I don't want to be a part of the big ship. I want to run my own little boat, my own little dinghy outside. Man, I'm getting ready to do a thing on a Peloton and how powerful it is. And I am so grateful in my life because honestly, I believe, this is me, I'm a person of faith. I believe that God brings people into my life that will say, Goad, I got you. I see the vision. This is not about me. Let's run. And I want to set the example that while I am doing what I'm doing, that it's not about me. What it's really about is me setting up the next generation. Me setting up the next generation. One of my favorite Chinese proverbs is this: when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Where do you and I right now need a teacher? And we don't know it. Pride is so blinding. Can I say that again? Pride is so blinding. It makes us unteachable. It makes us desire what we shouldn't want. And on a team and a vision, almost every one of us that have ever seen anything great in life, most people that have done anything to change the world, they've lost their life doing it. You're going to give your life to something. The fifth thing is it will keep you full of passion. It'll keep you full of fire. Have you ever gotten around somebody that the light's gone out or the light never got turned on? You ever been around somebody that was kind of like, I got to tell you, in my life, I'm always been high energy. Matter of fact, my wife said to me, she said, sweetie, to me the other day, she said, you move when you sit still. And she said, I would have thought as you would have matured, like she thinks I'm maturing, isn't that good? But can I tell you, she said, I thought as you would have matured, that would have kind of gone away, but your leg still shakes. Maybe it's because I realize we don't have as much time as we think we do. I'm talking right now to a 12-year-old listening to me. You think you've got a lot of time. And I just want to tell you, you don't want to be 30 years old still trying to figure it out. And you don't want to be 60 years old trying to figure it out. Right now, for the vision. Man, when you have passion, you love what you do. You're passionate about it. And by the way, what I've found out in my life is there's a lot of things that I didn't enjoy doing, but when I stepped into it, I said, I'm going to have passion about this. My dad told me to go to the garden, and I went to the garden, and I worked my guts out. My daddy said, Tim, I need you to take care of the lawn, and he bought a Sears tractor. And can I tell you something? In my life, I'm not trying to say it was all right. I'm just telling you what I did. I went to work, and every time I got done mowing, I washed that tractor. I washed. It's according to where you're from. I'm country, so we washed it. My wife, she looked at me, we were grown. She said, what did you do? I said, honey, we washed it. She said, you mean wash? I said, wash. Anyhow, I'll leave that alone. Can I tell you what I've noticed about people that have passion? It never feels like work. When you're passionate, you'll be tired, but you'll never be grading or judging or complaining. I just want you to know in your life, you are going to find out that your work can begin to feel like it's play. I'm getting ready to do a 4 series on work because can I tell you, when you go to work, the work will go to work on you. And I notice people that go to work and it doesn't go the way they want. They complain and they go around and they talk about it. And all I want to say to them, hey, just let the work have its way in you. It'll humble you. It will build consistency. It will give you direction. The last thing I'm going to tell you today is when you get vision, you will start attracting different teammates. You will start attracting different kinds of teammates. Whatever your vision is today, there's a good chance that you're going to attract the people that are attracted to that vision. And so here's what I want to know in your life. Who are you attracting? Vision attracts others because it's a magnet. It inspires people. I had a conversation with a young leader today, and he said, Tim, I'm not calling you for this. I'm calling because I need some encouragement. Isn't that a great call? What are you to say to somebody like that? Thank you for asking. I heard you say, what do you say? So here's what I said, because it's true. I said, everything you've been doing up to this point in your life is getting you ready for the greatest moments in your life. It breaks my heart because I see some people right now that the vision is breaking them down. And how they respond is going to determine how high they can go. And one of the most painful things in life is to watch people that you love the most. You know what I'm talking about, parents. You know what I'm talking about, leaders. The people that you love the most not respond well to the leadership. Matter of fact, some of you right now are going, you know what? I don't want my kids and I don't want anybody around me to do what I do because I don't want them to pay the price and the cost I did. Now I want you to listen, please. If they don't do what you do, and I'm not here to judge that, but I'm telling you whatever they do, they're going to attract people, and those people are going to be broken because the vision will demand it. Less of me and more of him. Roger Staubach holds the record. I don't know if he still does. Roger played for the Dallas Cowboys, and all you Dallas Cowboy fans, I'm glad you're happy. Can I tell you? They came to him and said, Roger, you've won more games in the last 2 minutes than every other quarterback. There may be somebody else now that's higher. I don't know about it, but one of you sports buffs would. But they asked him, and then they asked his players, what does he say? Every one of them said, I don't know that he really says anything. All he does is he comes into the huddle and he looks us in the eye and he says, if we're just getting started, with his eyes, we're going to win this. Leaders, I'm begging you to attract other people who are as hungry to win as you are, who are as committed to the vision as you are, who are committed to the culture as much as you are, who are committed to the values and the principles and the virtues as much as you are. People on your team that are attracted to the why as much as you are. And I promise you, leaders, if you do, you're going to look up one day and look around and go, oh my goodness, I never thought that I could be this blessed to be able to be a visionary and understand that my vision is what separates me from everyone else. Guys, keep dreaming big dreams. Keep having massive visions. Write it down, make it clear, and let's go get it done. I love you, Charge.